Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have a plan with me. I am in my vertical catch-all planner for the week of November 7th through the 13th. We're going to go for fall this week, and this is the book I want to use the most, Fall Harvest, because I like the kind of the soft feel of this book, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I want to try to use some of these, which I feel like is a little bit of a challenge because they're so big. So we'll see how that goes. I have that book pulled out, and then I have Grateful Heart from Wrong Wrong and Amy Tangerine, and I would like to use some of the ladies from Grateful Heart because I think they are gorgeous as well. So that's the plan on what I'm going to use. And of course, I kind of always have this book out, Colorful Boxes, the mega sticker book. I need it all the time. So I will link everything that I end up using down below. Otherwise, I'm going to put you guys on fast forward. Let's plan. All right, so what stickers do I consider challenging stickers? I think those are stickers that are kind of outside the norm, that are some of the newer creative stickers, but don't necessarily fit in a box, sometimes quite literally. So for instance, these particular stickers I kind of like because you have, three main points. A lot of times I have 3 events with 3 kids going on each day, but they're not in a box. They're kind of like pre-layered. And so I tend to not grab for them because I like doing the layering on my own. But I'm going to try to use some of those. And then these are gorgeous, but man, are they big. Again, kind of pre-layered for you. Take some of the guesswork out of it. But definitely challenging in the way that they're formatted just because they are so big and they are white stickers. So the clear, sometimes clear is easier to layer in behind boxes. I don't know. They're just a little bit more challenging. So I love the soft feel of this particular fall sticker book. I think it is so pretty. You can see I'm using my sticker guides to plan, especially when I'm not comfortable with a layout. I'm doing a atypical layout for me just because I'm moving around where my lists are, where my events are. I typically like to do events in a box, and I like to do to-dos as either a bullet or a checklist. And so I'm changing it up a little bit, and I'm using a ton of different colors. There are a lot of colors in this book. You could limit yourself and do, like blues and browns on one, but I'm going to really embrace all the colors, which means I have to make sure they're represented throughout the page. So for instance, I've got to have a blue checklist because I have that blue floral box on the other side. I'm trying to make sure I move the pink around the page so that it is equally represented all around. So it can get to be a little challenging when you're going to embrace a lot of the colors in a sticker book, because you just want to make sure no color is kind of left on its own, or that it's only represented one time in the spread, because then it ends up looking a little bit odd, you might say. Okay, I'm mostly feeling good with the basic layout that is on the page, so I'm going to start transferring stickers over. I am going to line that one up perfectly in the box. I do a mix in this one of things that are centered in their boxes and things that are kind of off-center, just to play on how some of the layered pieces already look off-centered. So I'm going to put all of these down. I love being able to layer in advance, like these boxes down here at the bottom. And then look how pretty it is. I mean, it makes it really easy in some ways because the layering's already there, but also you have to plan for that. Oops, I just noticed that those were going to be lined up on the same line, the 2 floral boxes that have the 3 boxes in them. So I'm going to move that around. This one I'm going to have up here still because I like the idea of that one being horizontal to be a little bit different looking than the one that is vertical on the left side. But I am going to move this one to the bottom because I don't want it to line up. I'm kind of trying to do a different look with my planners recently. It's still really functional, but I'm just changing it up so that not all of the events are at the top, things like that. So I'm changing up where the different checklists go. And you can see now all the blue is in the middle, but I still think that's okay. I still think it's going to work out pretty well. Let's add this important up here. Love the font for that. It's just so pretty. It's such a feminine looking sticker book that I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now my checklists are forming a little bit of a line. That's okay. I know it bugs some people when we have those diagonal lines, but doesn't really bug me that much. So I'm just going to go for it. We're going to add a little bit of floral. We'll do a layering of our own over here. So that, and then I love the slow down and enjoy the moment. That's something I try to tell myself over and over in the fall. we're crazy busy. There's not a lot of going slow, but there are always moments to kind of take in. So let's see what else. This is a pretty cool sticker book. It has some really specific Thanksgiving stickers, some really specific Halloween stickers, but then just some kind of general fall. I'm not going to use any of the clothes this time, though. I feel like that's a whole spread all on its own. So how can I add some stickers? How can I add some more boxes? That's what I'm missing. I think the blue box right here, that fits perfectly, and I do have to volunteer on that Saturday, so that'll be perfect for that. And then I want to add boxes over here, but I feel like it's just too stark. So what I'm actually going to do is layer some florals behind that box, and I think it'll make a little bit more sense as far as the layout. So I keep losing the florals in the sticker book, like where they're at. They're almost all the way to the back, but I keep jumping to the front and then I lose the florals. Okay, I'm going to use a corner box. We'll put that in the corner up here because it makes sense that it'll kind of fit right there, bring in just a little bit more. And then I end up deciding, instead of putting this horizontally and blocking most of those florals, which is what I was going to do originally, I'm actually going to turn it vertically because I do also have a box at the bottom of that page. Like, I have plenty of writing room on that column. So let's try a vertical box just to change it up just a little bit. Next, I'm going to take my attention over to the sidebar. Let's bring a few florals over there. I'm trying to use these corner pieces. These are kind of smaller corner pieces, so I'm less likely to use them on the edge of the page and just use them within the boxes more likely. So I'm changing it up. I'm going to put that one right under the month of November and then try to figure out what I can start adding. Let's look at some of these fall girls. Now, this Grateful Heart is so gorgeous, but the colors in here are way more vibrant than the spread that I have going. However, these fashion girls are going to go really well. So we're going to use the three that are on this page. We'll start with this one. She's going to chill out on top of the florals. These are clear stickers, but it's like a really opaque clear, which absolutely does not make sense, but I don't have to worry about them not standing out above the florals. This girl I want to have over here, but she's gonna need something around her. So let's figure out what I'm gonna put in the sidebar. Love me a long sidebar sticker. So we're gonna figure out that's gonna go. I'm gonna put it down like gently here. That's gonna go. She's gonna go. What else is gonna go down here? I'm trying to track some new habits. So in just a second, I'm gonna pull out the Essential Trackers sticker book. That also has more vibrant colors than this particular spread is calling for, but I do find some that will work. I'm trying to make sure I move my body every day, which usually for me means working out in the morning. It doesn't always work out. Sometimes I jump straight into work. It's not that I sleep in, it's more that I have a million things to do, and so I kind of put my own exercise behind, which is not right. So I'm trying to track that a little bit more. And then I'm trying to I have daily quiet time in the morning, but I'm trying to do like a breathing kind of meditation break in the day to calm some nerves. And so I want to track that as well. So I'm looking to see what colors of trackers they have. Mostly I'm looking for the weekly tracker and then trying to find a color that will work. This one I thought maybe this kind of orangish pink, but that really, it clashes with the pink that's already on the page. So that one's not going to work. And plus, I think it was a little bit too long. I'm going to use one of the goal ones instead. You write your goal and then you kind of assess it. And that way, instead of like a daily tracker, I can kind of just see how I feel like I'm doing on that particular week. So those are the two trackers I'll use. Let's put our fall girl down here in the corner. And then now I have room for the trackers. They do overlap that Monday a little bit, but I think that's okay because they're adding function, still have plenty of writing room on Monday. And I know I need one more girl just because I don't want to do two. I always like to have an odd number. So we're going to add her because the other girl I really liked had pink hair and that was going to be too much. So she looks great with her pumpkin. Now we got all the fall feels on the page. We need a title of sorts over in the upper left. So I end up finding one that says "Have a Thankful Heart." I wasn't really wanting to add foil to the page, but then I did. So then I had to like go for it on the foil, if that makes sense, like add some more foil. Once you add it once, you have to have it in multiple spots. And it's okay because it actually goes really nicely with my copper discs that I'm using for this month. So over here, we'll add Autumn Vibes right here. That looks beautiful. And then the other foiling I'm going to add in a moment is going to be bullet points on some of those open boxes, I'll be able to add a few more pieces of that copper foiling in there. I do have an open day there on Sunday and I needed a little bit more function. So I'm going to I'm going to put a couple of boxes. I actually don't know what I'm going to put in those. Probably the Cowboys game maybe. And then I know that my son has gymnastics. However, I feel like I'm going to need that important box for all that remembers the to-dos for his gymnastics. So we'll get that figured out and let's add some bullet points and that's going to be it. I'm pretty pleased with how this spread came out. I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to utilize these boxes, but I do enjoy a really full spread. You guys, I like for it to have a ton of stickers. I know some people think, oh, you can't write very much. I can write all over the spread. I can fill it up with tons and tons of writing. It will be very functional for me. And plus it's just a beautiful, soft fall feel for the week, and I'm excited to use this spread. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Like I said earlier, I will link all of these supplies down below. Most of those are affiliate links. It does help me out a whole lot when you're able to shop the affiliate links. It doesn't cost you any more, but it goes a long way towards supporting this channel. And speaking of supporting this channel, a huge shout out to my Patreon members. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. If you want to join us over on Patreon, it is never too late. We're having a great time. So make sure to check out the link to Patreon down below as well. All right. I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.